Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you for using my creator code whenever you purchase any Sims 4 DLC on the EA app or thesims.com. I receive a 5% commission each time you use my code, which means you're directly supporting me as a creator. I know there are a lot of codes floating around out there, so I am very grateful that you've chosen me to support in this way. Thank you so much. Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build. And today we're actually building the house from Lilo and Stitch. And I'm really excited about it because Lilo and Stitch is probably one of my favorite Disney movies ever. I love the art style. I love the story. I love the family dynamic. And it's just so odd and quirky and funny, and I absolutely adore that movie. I have ever since I saw it as a child, and I quite literally watched it, I think, a couple of weeks ago at this point. Also, just know that this is actually not a pre-recorded build. Wow! I've been doing a couple of these since Enchanted by Nature came out. I have done a few more current builds, but if you're wondering like what the heck I'm talking about, I'm currently on maternity leave because I just had a baby and I wanted to take some time and kind of adjust to parenthood and get to know them a little bit. So I have a ton of pre-recorded builds that have been going up on the channel, but when I have the ability to do so, I have been building and trying to get some, well, I'll say new stuff. All of it's new to you guys because even if it's pre-recorded, you haven't seen it yet, but just some more like current things. And this might be going up in fall, so it might not be super timely. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to post this, but I've been trying to get some more like summery builds up in the midst of summer. I knew having a baby kind of near the summertime was going to make it difficult, but I tried. I think in the next like week or two, I don't know when I'm posting this, so I can't really say that, but I have a few summer builds that I have or am doing for this summer. Do you see how hard it is to actually do a voiceover for the future when you don't know when the heck it's going up? Whatever. I'm gonna full speed ahead here. I digress. I love Lilo and Stitch, and I was like, you know what? I feel inspired to build a house. Let's see if I can kind of translate that over to The Sims. So of course it is not identical. I say this with any build from like a show or a movie or anything like that. It is like a rendition, if you will. This is my version of it in The Sims 4 because we all know that the proportions in The Sims are absolutely not accurate to like real life. So for example, in this house, it is technically a 2-story house, but this, I'll put an image on screen, is how it actually looks in the movie. And I think up on the 2nd story is where like Nani's bedroom is and Lilo's bedroom and stuff like that. There's also a hallway leading from like off the living room that I'm assuming goes to like a bathroom or maybe some other rooms and stuff like that. But there's no staircase here because I wanted it to look as identical to the home in the film. So there's no true quote unquote 2nd story, but there is this kind of like odd, it's like a room. It's like a 3rd story room, technically, I assume, in the movie. And that's where I actually put Lilo's bedroom because it just made the most sense with the floor plan that I ended up doing, because I do put the living room in the same space, the kitchen, and then the little like laundry room, the little like back entrance room where like the washer and dryer are, like the water heater, stuff like that. But then I was thinking like, okay, I have to put Nani's bedroom here on this 1st floor as well because there's nowhere else to put it. And I had to turn the laundry room into the bathroom as well. So I did have to make some amendments to make it work for The Sims, but I tried to add details to the interior to really make it look as though it was the house from the film. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. And also I struggled. I was trying to add a ladder to get to that little room and I couldn't do it. So is it odd that there's a staircase outside? Yes, but again, what is it? The Sims, and I did my best. So, yeah, this is what I came up with, and I hope you like it because I really had fun with it. My favorite thing about their house is just how mismatched everything is, and that could be, now I'm kind of going into it a little bit here because if you don't know the story, essentially Lilo and Nani's parents passed away in a car accident, which is devastating in true Disney fashion, right? There's something devastating like that. And so Nani is actually raising her kid sister, Lilo. And then what happens is this terrifying awful, like chaotic and destructive alien named Stitch crash lands on Earth and ends up befriending Lilo. I'll leave it at that. If you haven't seen it, it's an older film at this point. So if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it, but it's a great film. It's very, very heartwarming. I absolutely love it. And we do get to see the kitchen, we get to see the living room, and we get to see, again, the laundry room as well. And so a lot of the details that I added to the kitchen, again, were like nods to the film. I tried to replicate some things or like nail certain color schemes maybe. So for example, in the kitchen, I think I have an inspo image. There is like the white and blue tile. So I thought that that was perfect. So I was able to do that, which was nice. And I thought that this fridge that we got with the kitchen clutter kit, whatever, we got it recently enough, with like all the stickers and the calendar and like the kids' drawings, especially the kid drawing of an alien. I was like, it's perfect. That's perfect for what I'm doing here. And I also added, I think I was able to get a 4-seater table in here, but I think I put 4 seats as well, which was kind of surprising. I just didn't think I was really going to have the space in this room. And because there wasn't a lot of counter space in this kitchen, I think I add like a 1-tile counter in the corner. I might change this archway because it's a little bit big, but we needed a counter to actually like prep food, you know, for gameplay purposes if you wanted to download this. But I wanted to have the cereal boxes over there and I think I put like a coffee machine over there, or I put it on the other countertop because again, there's like a coffee pot and a mixer and stuff like that. Like the kitchen's kind of in disarray all the time, but that's what happens because Nani is working her butt off at like various odd jobs, things that probably don't pay super, super well because she's trying to keep things afloat for her and her sister. So to be transparent, this is how the story goes. So her sister does not get taken away by child services. It's such, I kind of miss this. I mean, I can't really say this. I can't say that this doesn't happen. There are definitely heavy themes in Disney films nowadays, but I feel like they were so much more like on the nose and they didn't hesitate to really talk about tough things like this in older films. Maybe that's just because I'm now older. I don't know. Do you all know what I'm talking about? Do you feel that way? Am I making any sense? I don't know. But this is the laundry room. Now, again, I did have to turn this into the bathroom though. So it's the one and only bathroom in this build. You of course have everything you need. You have the toilet, sink, and only a shower stall though. But I did add the water heater because we have that from For Rent, and the washer and dryer. And that's pretty much it for this room. I just add a bunch of like clutter and stuff like that too to make it look, again, lived in, mismatched, kind of messy, you know, like Nani's doing her best. She really is. She's doing her darndest, trying to raise her kid sister, who Lilo is such, I feel like we wouldn't get a character like Lilo nowadays. I don't know. Maybe I don't watch enough current Disney films too. That could also be my problem. It could be a very real problem. But she is odd because she's trying to process, I'm assuming because she's trying to process the world around her. She's trying to process her loss, and she's not like accepted by other kids her age. She's a little weird, and weird is not an insult. Look, I was a weird freaking kid. Like, she's a little bit weird, and people, like she says in the film, like, people treat me different. People treat her different, and she saw that Stitch was different, and she's like, I'm gonna make him good because he's bad, and we're gonna find a way to do that. We're gonna find a way to make him good and find something that he's good at type thing. And it basically completely changes, I'm gonna say it changes Stitch's DNA, because he was quite literally created by some mad scientist to be destructive and be bad. And he realizes that that isn't much of a purpose, and that he doesn't have like family and people who care about him. And he sees that with Lilo and her sister, and it just does something to him. It's a heartwarming film, y'all. You should watch it if you haven't. But this is going to be the living room. Now, I took some creative liberties here, but what I did do is I added a record player on the floor and a little crate of records because of one of my favorite scenes when Lilo gets home early, and she nails the door shut, quite literally puts a ton of nails in the door so Nani can't get in. And she's laying on the floor with her record player, listening to Elvis. The girl loves Elvis. And Nani has to go through like the dog door. Like, she sticks her arm through the dog door to pick up the hammer on the ground and is trying to like wrench all of the freaking nails out of like the frame of the door. It sounds ridiculous when I describe it, but that's exactly what happened. So I added the record player because I thought that was a nice little nod. Now they have like an older TV and they have like mismatched furniture, and I added a toy box just in case, of course, you wanted a child in this build. And then I just added some various pieces of wall art as well from Island Living, because they're of course very beachy, very on theme, and just some other decorative items here as well to this little console table, just to make it look decorated and lived in and stuff like that. But it's a very plainly decorated living room. Also, I'm so sorry if you just heard me like swallow my spit. I'm not gonna cut it out, okay? This is what happens, all right? I'm trying to enjoy like a nice evening decaf coffee right now. My baby is napping with their dad, which is wonderful. So I had like, you know, how long is this voiceover? A little over 12 minutes. I had 12 minutes to squeeze in here and get a voiceover done. That's what you gotta do. I'm learning that. Yes, I am. With having children is when you have that sliver of free time, take it, steal it, grab it, and it'll make a world of difference in how you kind of manage your days too. It's made a world of difference for me anyway. But this is Nani's bedroom. I didn't really know how it would be decorated, so I really just tried to make it quote unquote match the rest of the house. But I did add that collection of like family portraits as well from base game, because it looks like those are Sims from Sulani, i.e. like Hawaii, where this film takes place, where this family lives. And then up here is going to be Lilo's room. Now, Lilo's room is actually super cool in the movie, so again, watch it if you haven't. So I tried to just kind of add little nods to details of her room, like these little Polaroids, because what she does, she goes down to the beach, she feeds this particular fish named Pudge peanut butter sandwiches, because Pudge controls the weather. You can't ask me what that means, okay? You can't ask Lilo what that means. It's just, it is what it is. And then what she also does is she has a wall of like Polaroid pictures that she takes of tourists that are overweight. That's quite literally what she does. That's what she does. And it's so funny because Nani goes up there because Nani yelled at her when she got home. They got a little sister fight, and then she apologizes, and Lilo's like, oh, my camera's full again. And she looks up at the wall photo. She's like, aren't they beautiful? And Nani just has this look of like, she's an odd one, but yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, and she also has this toy that she made herself that she keeps like stitching back together and pretending that she had surgery and stuff. Scruff, I think is the name. So I added like one of the little toys by the bed just because it kind of sort of resembled that. And then I just added some other kid decorations as well, because again, I can't recreate the room from scratch, but I added a bookcase, we've got a dresser, and then I think there's like a little toy box maybe? I don't know, there's something like that. But I hope you all enjoyed this one because we're getting close to the end of the build. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.